Sharks, I'm Keithan.
Hi, I'm Keontae. We're here from Chicago, Illinois, and we're seeking $500,000 for 15% equity in our company, Candi.
Sharks, imagine this. Think back to when you were a kid. Think about your favorite celebrity or athlete that you always wanted to meet. Now imagine if you had the chance to actually meet that person. Maybe it's a movie star, maybe it's a 5'5" comedic rock star. Who knows? But imagine if you had a chance to actually talk to that person. I'm not talking about an impersonal video where the celebrity really doesn't know who you are. I'm talking about the chance to really interact with that person. Sounds like a dream, right?
Well, at Candi, we're making dreams come true with one memorable meet and greet at a time.
Candi is a social network that allows fans to video chat with their favorite celebrities and influencers. But don't just take our word for it. Take the word of Grammy award-winning artist Maya.
Hey, Keithan. Hey, Keontae. It's Maya here. You look amazing in that dress, by the way. And hello, Sharks. It's such a pleasure to be in the tank with you. I love being on Candi so I can chat with fans just like you, and I hope that you give them a great deal. Much love, everyone. Peace and blessings.
So, Sharks, which one of you wants to walk the red carpet with Candi?
So, is this a business that you already have up and running?
Yes, so we launched in April of 2020. Since launching, we've made about over $100,000.
What's the business model? Let's say I want to talk to Kevin Hart. What happens?
Yeah, absolutely. So each celebrity sets their rate for a 5-minute virtual meet and greet. Of that rate, they keep 75%, we earn 25%. How it works is you come to our website, you find Kevin's profile, you suggest a time that you would like to meet with him. Our team coordinates to try to make that happen.
Does Kevin set his price?
Yes. Kevin, each celebrity sets their own rate, but obviously we consult with them.
What's the lowest and highest price?
Yeah, we have some.
All right, hold on. Before we get to the lowest and highest price there, Barbara, let me just. All right, so, wow. Okay, so this. It's a neat idea, right? Like, there's Cameo is one of the big player in the market, because I mean that's the only one I've ever heard of. If you've heard of a different one, please drop a comment down below with the names of some of these other ones. But I really like the idea of being able to set that up. It seems like it's a bit convoluted in having to, like, you pick your time and then they set, they coordinate it. That seems like they should shortcut that so that it's, the celebrity setting the schedule of the times that they are willing to be available or able to be available based on their calendar. I mean, I use scheduling tools myself, so it makes it easier for people to, like, hey, this is the time slot that's available. If it's not, then we can try to figure something out. That might be an option to, like, upsell if you were trying to, like, convince somebody to meet you outside of the time that maybe they want to versus when they are able to. So I think that's cool. It's a hefty amount. Hefty valuation they got there, but it is scalable as long as they have those connections. So I'm curious as to how they're getting those connections and making that happen. Kind of like how, I don't know how Cameo got started, but like something along those lines. Like, obviously one of them had at least one connection to one celebrity that enabled them to, like, kind of string them together. Kind of like how we string together our t-shirts and books and masterclasses over at shopsupercho.com. Go check that out. There's a big winter sale going on ending in 2 days. So go check out all the awesome products I have over there. Anyway, I think it's a great idea. We'll see if they're able to get that kind of valuation, though. It seems maybe a little on the unlikely side for that amount of money.
These TikTok influencers as low as $5 or $10, and we have Shaka Khan is $400.
What's the engagement that you've had with your customers, and how big is the platform?
Absolutely. So we have over 350 celebrities and influencers. To date, we've done over 2,000 meet and greets. 40% of our fans have used our service at least 4 times.
Where are these fans coming from?
We don't do any traditional forms of marketing. Right now, we get our customers from our celebrities posting on our social media and
so you're using the platform of the celebrities that you guys have in hopes that you'll get a return and engagement from their fans to come over to Candi.
Absolutely.
So Candi doesn't necessarily have an engine that they've built that you guys are using to distribute from.
Well, we would say the engine is the celebrities, right? That you posting obviously to your fan base.
You'd be a billionaire if you posted once.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
right?
the idea.
So tell us about.
Yeah, but all right. So as a podcaster, I'm not going to call myself an influencer, though some people would. As somebody who has had a lot of a lot of somewhat famous to much sort of famous people. I love you all that have been on my podcast, all of my guests over the years, but I'll tell you, most of the time they, you have somebody on your show, they don't necessarily promote it. And even if they do, only a small percentage of those people are going to come to the platform. And then only a smaller percentage of those people are going to stick around on the platform. Now, having people do 4 of them is pretty awesome. I'm going to, give credit where credit's due. That's pretty impressive because, again, you're like, oh, I want to talk to Kevin Hart, so I'm going to go book a spot. Well, that's awesome. But then, unless I see somebody that comes out to me, and we're going to check out their website at the end here and social media. But really, I think that if you're looking to gain that level of valuation and that level of traction in business, you really got to make that, build that marketing engine for yourself, and relying on other people to do it. Yeah, they're incentivized and that's great, but I don't know that that's a solid enough plan to make that happen. I know Cameo, I see, now that I'm saying it, it's probably going to show up in my Facebook feed for ads and things like that. But, and I know that they've tested out like some live streaming things. I don't know if they've done one-on-one chat, but it seems like it could be a pretty big competitor to them, who already has a foothold on a number of, a big number of celebrities. So it could be, it's, tough going. So that's why I think having that marketing engine is really going to be important going forward.
About you?
We were really like a cliche couple. I was the captain of a cheerleading team. He was the captain of the football team. Following high school, I attended the University of Illinois, where I graduated in 3 years with honors.
Wow.
And we actually had our first son, Scotty, my last year of undergrad. So that was definitely difficult. When we launched Candi of April of 2020, I was 4 months pregnant with our second son, Chase. His birthday is today. And up until labor and delivery, I was still working. And the next day after I delivered Chase, I had to work a meet and greet. And I had my baby on my boob and my laptop on my knee. So I've been grinding ever since.
We like to say we don't really have maternity policy at Candi.
What's your background?
So, unfortunately, I was born to a mother who abandoned me and my 2 younger brothers when I was just 4 years old. Fast forward a little bit, I get to college. I had an opportunity to play Division I college football at Eastern Illinois University. I was having the best time of my life, but I was unhappy because I knew what my younger brothers were facing on a day-to-day basis. And so after my freshman year, I was 19 years old, I went back and I adopted my 14 and 15-year-old brothers, legally
so
becoming their
nice.
father. So I was a full-time Division I college athlete. I was a single father of 2 teenage boys, and I also graduated undergrad in 3 years with my bachelor's of applied engineering. So in our house, if you graduate with a bachelor's in more than 3 years, you probably slouch it. Then I had the opportunity to go to law school at the University of Illinois College of Law. I graduated in 3 years with honors.
Yeah.
And for the past 6 years, I've been practicing merger acquisitions, representing some of the biggest
Fabulous.
companies in the world.
How did you think of the idea?
Yeah, absolutely. We saw some reaction videos, some competitors in the industry, and we saw how excited fans were and happy and crying and elated. And we said, how amazing would it be instead of someone giving you the phone and saying, press play? They gave you the phone and Barbara was actually there to have a conversation with you. How much more personal that experience would be. The first thing to understand is this. We have no experience in Hollywood. No connections. I'm not a manager. She's not an agent. No connections.
Good for you.
We were everyday people sitting on our couch, and the first week from us having an idea of really trying to push Candi to being live, we got 26 influencers and celebrities in 1 week. How we do that is hustle.
You guys are asking for $500,000. What are you gonna do with the money?
Yeah. Okay. Before we get to that, because that's a great question. Hopefully, it's to build a marketing plan to push this further. That's a great story. I super impressed there. With all of the hustle that they have, and to go back and adopt, his 2 little brothers. That is phenomenal. That I can't say enough about that. But I love the fact also that, look, you had an idea, you went and you did the idea. It's the ready, fire, aim, right? You get the idea, you're ready, you fire, and then you figure it out after the fact. And I mostly operate like that myself. It's how you're going to best get the reps in to figure out where the problems are, and you can get to where you want to go that much faster. All the planning in the world is not going to help you get there. And look, that's one of the reasons we have this channel, right? Is so that instead of watching a bunch of nonsense, you're watching educational stuff. I try to be as entertaining as I can. Shark Tank's pretty entertaining. The other things I react to and talk about are pretty entertaining. I try to be as edutainment as possible. I got Epcot at heart, and bring that to a way where you can learn and be here with us in the super community. So, get the ideas, go and fire. It doesn't sound like either of them had a web background, so like ding ding for figuring that out, or at least investing and finding the right people to make that part of it happen. I'm also curious if they own the platform in which people are speaking in. So I feel like there's definitely, like I said earlier about the scheduling portion, there's definitely some aspect to it there. But yeah, the hustle, A+, ding ding for that.
We want to do three things most importantly. We want to have better technology. Yes, we do want an app. And two, we want to hire more team for our talent acquisition so we can hone in on more quality talent. And lastly, we want to increase our marketing efforts.
So you really need an app because it's very hard to get people and acquire customers and fans.
Yes.
I mean,
What's
just
more,
out on web.
I think what's even harder is, the talent pool, right? The talent pool is going to guarantee you a return, which is where I'm having trouble because, these things have existed before, and the reason why they come far few and in between in place of success is because they fall apart based on not being able to stay true to what the commitment was. And I just don't know if there's a world where you can guarantee that type of talent.
Yeah, no one's saying it's a bad business for them.
It's not.
Right. Look, if you're doing $100,000 and you're netting 25, right, and you're working from home, that's not a bad business, but that's a different question than whether or not it's an investable business.
That's the big side.
And if I can interject, I think it is, right? I heard you say before, Mr. Wonderful, you're looking for a great business model that you can pour gasoline on. If you look at what we've been able to do with no experience in the industry, no relationships, no ties, you pour a little gasoline on that, you're gonna have a huge
but you asked for a lot of gasoline.
Honestly,
Yes.
I love the attempt and I love the effort. I just think it's too early to attach myself or get involved, even from an investment perspective, because we don't really know if this is something that not only works, but who's to say that somebody won't swoop in and do the bigger version of Candi, right?
But guess what, Kevin? That could be us. We just need your validation, right? We need the fact that Kevin Hart said he puts his name and his stamp on that.
Life's not that way. You don't get some golden bullet that just builds a business.
Fair.
It just doesn't happen that way.
That was a big problem when you said, well, we're going to use our celebrities and then from them in hopes get people to come on and X, Y, and Z. It's a trickle effect. You don't have an engine right now that you're saying, we know for sure we have 10,000 people that we're accessing and that we're beating up and that we want to start with. And in hopes with these 10,000 people, well, we want to grow some awareness in Candi. It was all based on the talent that you hope to get. I think you guys came in extremely aggressive with the number and the business model, it just didn't match the ads. So it's honestly too early for me. I have to say it, I'm out.
That sucks. So like everything Kevin's saying is spot on. It is too early for the 500,000. Now the 500,000, like when you're talking about building an app, I've talked about this tons of times on this show. Apps are not cheap to build, and then you have to maintain them and update them. I don't necessarily know, that you absolutely need an app. If you just keep it the way you're going and build strong relationships with that fan base, with those celebrities, and give them an incentivized reason to continue to work with you, I think that there's still a lot of opportunity there for this to work. And I would love to have both of you come here on the show. So drop a comment down below, and we'll do an interview and talk about your Shark Tank experience and where things have gone since. But yeah, it's really tough to say that this is going to be the magic bullet. And yeah, it is way too early to be asking for $500,000. But I think that the money, I think they have good justification for the money. Just it's for 15%. I feel like that's just way overvalued at this point.
You made a fundamental Shark Tank mistake. You asked for 500K. right? And you only gave up 15%. And you're expecting us to be that door opener all the time. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of obligation. And so the numbers don't make sense to me. So for that reason, I'm out.
Yeah, I mean, you're really relying at that point on, you know, Mark to like, hey, I'm going to call up my buddies, like, and all the time, and all the Mavs are going to be on this platform. And it's kind of like on Ted. Yeah, I've been watching. I don't watch a lot of TV shows, but I've been watching Ted Lasso with my wife, and you know, what's the banter is the app in the show. So it's like it's, you know, is Candi going to be banter at the Mavs stadium? Everyone's got to be on it, and part of their commitment to the Mavs. It's a big ask. It really is.
I'm curious as to see like what numbers are investable.
If this was 50,000 in a flyer, maybe, but it's 500,000. It's too much gasoline for me. I'm out.
You're a walking billboard of inspiration for anybody who would listen.
100%.
But the ask is just too much, and like the other Sharks, that's the reason I'm out as well. I'm out.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Lori?
What happened is your ask was much higher than what you've actually sold.
Absolutely.
And I'm not confident that you're going to be able to grow it that big, that fast with all the competition that's out there already. I'm so sorry, but I'm out.
Keithan, you guys are smart. You will figure it out.
And we are.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Love to have you guys. Keithan,
We do
please
regret
reach out.
the amount of the ask, but it was great meeting Kevin Hart. Anytime you have a guest shark like that can give you such invaluable advice, you know, I feel like we got a free counsel, a consulting session, right? Really is how I feel.
I'm way too familiar with that space, and a lot of mistakes early on in my business career were made in that space.
Oh, really?
All based off of, said person has this many followers. If we get them to do this, then this is going to be a success, and that's not true.
You can have high numbers, but what's important is high engagement.
Exactly.
Yep. That, you know, that truer words. It's all about the actual engagement. That's why we look at their website and we look at their social media, because you can have, anybody could buy, you know, likes and followers and subscribers and whatever, but it's really, really important that you are getting that engagement, and real engagement, not bots, not just likes, but real engagement, and the sales, you know, will speak for themselves. Now, everybody that comes to this channel knows I love faces, and bam, here are the faces, ding, ding. Right up front, and I love the reactions there. And you know, personally, I don't know. I know of a couple of these, but not a ton. But again, as I said, I don't watch a lot of TV, so there's an awful lot of people that I wouldn't know personally. But the site looks good. I love the fact that it's just, you know, you just keep scrolling and there's just more and more faces and who you can talk to, and you know, I think that's great. And I think it is, you know, an opportunity to be really personable and create a real engagement with your audience. Well, with that said, like, you could go and do this on your own if you have that big of a following. Just going to like Calendly.com, opening up a calendar, and then you just take payment right through that. So it's, I mean, you could do the same thing, but having everybody in a platform and that kind of thing really helps. But they also is the scheduling part that really makes it harder. But I think that's something they could easily overcome. So we are on here. They got almost 3,200. So I'm not sure. So, these are all videos. Okay, so you have to hit that's the one thing that stinks. So you like, this is what your grid ends up looking like. Like, the video probably looks great in the feed, but then you look in your grid and it's just a bunch of like basically the same thing over and over and over again. But you know, getting quite a few plays, just not a lot of comments there. Hopefully, you know, they're able to come up with some ways. What I would be doing is looking at how to getting those actual reactions. If you can get like an agreement to utilize the reaction from the people, that would be awesome. Like the people that are paying for the service. Facebook got 547 likes and a little bit of engagement there. Not too much. I'm willing to bet. Let's see. We go to YouTube. There's a little bit. I guess they got some like promotional videos that, like, talk with this person or that person. 414 subscribers. TikTok. Okay, TikTok for 95 followers. I got quite a few plays. Some of them have a lot more than others. Let's see. Oh, so when was this one?
What the hell?
This was the end of 2020, and then this one is from April 2021. So they haven't posted on TikTok lately. And Twitter, just 132 followers. Really not much engagement over here. So definitely, stuff to level up on and work on. So again, I'd love for you to come on the show. Come let me know, and leave a comment down below. Like Jelena, I hope I said that right. Joe, you are the best. Thank you so much. I appreciate you watching and following along with this channel and with me. And it's great having you here. I'll see you in the next video in one of these two. Take care.